sports coverage of the NFL brings us to... Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from Indianapolis. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
On 1st and 10, Holiday. They'll set up the screen to Smith. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Well, a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Returnable here from the 38. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for because, you know, all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. The throw over the middle, taken in. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Number 3. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Browns 16-yard line.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. And his kick is indeed good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
2nd drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to. That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
On first down, Holiday over the middle to Smith. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Looking to throw on second down. Holiday, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. On third down, Holiday. And that will be incomplete.
Well, the gap man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at him in order to try and get the upset win.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big connection on that one. 36 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. This guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
Stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll set up a throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, this from 34. And this one is right through. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now a handoff looking right. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
Oh, boy, he got a favorable spot there. The guys on the sidelines are raising their hands over their head and clasping their hands to signal safety. But the official marked it just outside the end zone at the 1-yard line.
The Browns send out their punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Colts send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
6-0 our score after 1. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On 2nd down, here's Smith.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it will set him back for second down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Looking to throw. Holiday throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Number 16.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Let's go! Let's go!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Holiday. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. The Browns on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd down and 12. Looking to throw. Holiday. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Indy set to go on offense once more. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
On 2nd down now, it's Page. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. There are times on carries like that where he looks a little bit older than his rookie status.
How many times have we talked when we've gone out to dinner about how precocious these youngsters are that come into the NFL now? They play at a higher level at a younger age. The stars aren't quite in their eyes as much as it used to be, huh?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's got his big tight end here. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. They'll try the left side. It's Page. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has three options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the
blitz coming, and down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
If you rank one from the bottom in statistics, that's usually not good in this league. And this team, one from the bottom in sacks, but somehow they've got 3 in this game. What's going on?
I know, they're 31 of 32. They better be careful, or they're going to be top 30 in the league. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. He'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the sign judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tap it, and drag it to make sure he gets it done.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And just a yard to go here on second down. They'll set up to throw. And he's got it. And the Colts are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Three red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on second and goal here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Back to throw. Holiday. Well, that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a fourth down. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest.
Boy, a lot of moving parts on this play, but what a nice design to lift the running back out to the left and send him down the field. And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Here we go.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Being chased out left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
They'll try here for the extra point. And he's got it to make it now 13-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Throwing on 1st down. Holiday. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. To throw on 2nd down. Holiday. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. On 1st and 10, Holiday. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Holiday. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Browns send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Back to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll look to throw now on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well inside the 25. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And his kick is good. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, he's still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Carolina Panthers. The Buccaneers looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting New England Patriots. The Giants still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. On to a look at the next-gen stats for the Browns in that first half. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Colts, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Colts ready to go to work to start the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
2nd and 9 now. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Page finding some room at midfield. And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 54 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. Looking to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A big play there for Indy.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground. And here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did, but poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
They're going to look to throw. And it's caught. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it in for a Colts score. A great effort there. With touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
An extra point forthcoming. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Holiday. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. And to give this time to the tailback. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 41 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, Holiday. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Holiday. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And his kick is good. And that'll get this back down to a 20-point spread. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Let's go.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Right back to him on 1st down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner. And I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. So holding on the return, and that's going to back him up to start the drive.
He was trying to get the job done correctly, just trying to clear a little space for his returner. Ended up getting a little too much jersey and hooked the guy, hence the flag.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th. And they're going to get about 3 here out of this 1st down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd down, there's the option going left. And he'll get this up only to about the 33.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
On 3rd down, it's Page. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 75 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down, it's Page. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw a defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
The Colts send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. On 1st down, Holiday. That's complete to Smith. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 21
Back to throw. Holiday. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Operating from the gun. Holiday. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. From the gun, Holiday. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he fends him off. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they
hit as he throws, and the ball is out. It's a live football, and the Colts pick it up, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. And it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
On 1st down, Page. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Page, and he'll be brought down shy of the 38-yard line.
92 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Page, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd down now. It's Page, and he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The Colts send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Cleveland offense making their way out. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there keeping the toes in bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Looking to throw. Holiday. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. On 3rd and 2. Holiday. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up fourth down. Here we go on fourth down. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. On first down, Page. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
The tackle made at the 6-yard line. It's a gain of 1 yard.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Indianapolis, the win is number 9 for them on the year. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average.